of days. Father, you reign forever. Ancient of days. We bow down those, I am those. Ancient of days. And omega. So we give you worship, you are God. God, you are worthy. Father,
Yeah, good evening, and where you are, you're very much welcome. And I also want to believe that in needful you are, try to can benefit can from something in needful you know, provoke you, something to challenge you, a different perspective intellectually than or what I will call impartation. And this is how with a friend of mine, couple of a very good discussion and conversation. It's not fundamental, but a little bit of, you know. So wherever you are, family is home, but it's like as I've said, it's because it's as a result of the elders, the provoking you and challenging your thoughts that with your approach to life for answers. And I just wondering that two sexes is even more than the First and the Second World War put together. God created the third sex. So in other words, I will argue against one. But here we only have two people, A, shortcomings of B, and shortcomings chaos. You find about things fall apart, and things fall apart when things no longer. There could be when you combine all these concepts together. Women get angry when questions are thrown at them. So why do women get angry when questions? The major cause of distractions and disruptions and disasters and got to do with anger. What is the gone through that you discover that anger destroys nations? All the sacrifices and labor anger limited is achievement. You cannot write the story of Egypt on the way to the promised land, all the good things that he did, but anger was. Have you response going to provoke, or your questions or your response is going to, and these are the things that coming straight to answer the question. He started to blame Eve as the architect asked for Eve. You gave her to me. Therefore, whatever must have gone wrong, the person that you gave me that led me. So in the journey of life, where you need to ask yourself, whether you're in politics. So in other words, of the three, where are you? Where do you belong to make an impact? You just have to belong to one. Either you belong to the perennial or three. So where do you belong to? Because when you look at God, too, God is a relational God. Jesus, then the biblical study that God is in this world, in this relationship. In fact, are you that relationship? So what makes you to think that you have promotion or entitlement because you qualifies you to from every other sectors? Employer, there's an obligation. The labor law, the employment act in the United Kingdom, there's a duty and a responsibility for the sake of belonging without a duty of care. And the same thing for the rest of them to look after you You equally, who are you? What are you? Where, what is your motive of coming into making? What contribution are you putting in place? How are you sustaining? Was for you to add value. Employing you is how you can move. It's not about you just adding numbers. And the same thing goes with live in a foreign country for you to qualify as a citizen of that place. And he had within 3 months. And for that reason, the officer rejected his application. That it does matter because that is a qualifying factor. Valuable to the British having at the time or right, it was having a so it is not about where are you, what are you bringing, how are you supporting this, and it is something lawyer asks you that why do you want to join our organization? They want to hire you intelligent. That's what they want. You also need to look at that significance. If your absence is not felt, when you look at what Jesus and I have done all that you came to this world to add value. If your life is not adding, and I've said that your rest, what's your motive of the members of that family? What's your motive of belonging to? Are you a builder or are you a multiplier? Or you're just a parent? What do? Do you build the ship or do you look for materials to restructure and to revamp to tell everyone about the salvation thing, that this is what God is going to do, and only his family and his sons-in-law that's listened and supported the idea. Look at the sons-in-law. Supposing they were not actively engaged, qualified to live in that booth when the first war. Galatians chapter 6 verse 7 and 8 7. So flood, they will have been flooded or a multiplier, or you're just a taker. What going on in this part of the world to go to? I have lived in that part of the world for almost a with their political leaders. They can protest, but see them saying damaging and derogatory things about their country. Rather, what you'd say is to start condemning and ridiculing the country. Will you be able to go there? If it collapses, it's got nothing to do with you. If it doesn't work, it makes no difference to you. If your needs, who you are, but you've forgotten that for the world to be able to stand towards you. Because in life, a problem solver never remain poor. One that carry your problems all the time, they never get to reach your industrial establishment. It is to solve problems. When you're coming on board, are you right about it? So we also need to also look at the political perspective, the religious perspective, then or a cause. That is a fundamental question. Are they regretting knowing the question that is so amazing? You're angry about. Citizen of a nation, you need to add values to the nation. You want the nation to handshake. What you do is to take value. You will realize that you are a taker. You're not doing in that you're not adding value. Family, in this relationship that I'm in, am I? So to challenge your thinking, that's what is called value added tax, VAT, where there are so many, some goods are more valuable than the other. Those ones that are valuable, that it doesn't matter the price, people will still buy because those goods had. Because the key issue is that where do people get angry when that Why do you need to curse your nation? Why do you need to the way through? But if it's that easy, why don't you go and set up one? You've been cursing your employer, and then you will know that those of the energy, the everything that you put in. And let me, if you fail to help others to build their life, no one will help you to build your own. The same thing that you do for others is what they're going to do. We're not rushing anywhere, so I just want you to take religious perspective and the family perspective and any nations, so that in friendship, what life is all about. So that they are assigned responsibilities to. But once those tools are provided, you have a duty to fulfill your obligation, and so that's what you're bringing on board, and that's what they're bringing. Either a man or a woman, what are you bringing? Or you are a builder, a structure. That foundation is solidly made. Your presence is causing disaster. To join me same time next week when I now look at the real core